My name is Kathy and I'm the founder of Fatco, where we use these guys to make this stuff. Let me explain. At Fatco, we specialize in making natural and organic skin and body care products, many of which contain tallow. It's nutrient dense and healing. It's extremely high in vitamins A, D, K, and E, all super important for skin health. It's natural, it's healthy, and it's sustainable.
The fact that people are saying, oh yeah, when you're finals MVP, you are now the best player on the planet, to me, that makes no sense whatsoever. I don't care if it's a week, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate? LeBron James. That's who y'all gotta start appreciating. And you gotta stop disrespecting this man. You gotta stop disrespecting him. Every single day, I'm gonna say the same thing. When your middle name is bad, you can't tell me nothing. Because all I know, if the Cleveland Cavaliers had a ring of honor, I bet LeBron would show up. I'll tell you that right now. I bet Braun will show up. That's right. Imagine this. Imagine you're starting a ring of honor. Troy Aikman gets invited. Man will show up. Michael Irvin, they roll out the red carpet. Man will show up. Could never be the GOAT. Could never be LeBron, Ramon James. But that's neither here nor there. I just kind of wanted to get that off my chest a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, as the kids say in the streets, what it do, baby? It is your boy Pride. Welcome to the Prideful podcast. I know we're late. That is clearly my fault, 110%. Life hit me, and boy, did it hit me hard. We got an all NFL playoff edition of the episode today. A lot of stuff is going on, huh? It's crazy. It's crazy. But
yeah.
Before we get into it, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, man. Got up this morning, dealt with all the rain yesterday, and that was relaxing within itself. Just chilling, man. Just ready for the world.
How bad was that rain?
You said, what's that?
I said, how bad was that rain? Because I heard it was pretty bad over there.
I mean, some spots had flooded, but yesterday I ain't heard too much nothing. I was just in the house, just chilling, man. That's it. Had a little company came over. She had brought me the ring light that I showed you that was in the photo.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, she had brought that to me. So, just chilling. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
A lot of stuff's been going on, but obviously playoff football is here. Before we get into the actual games, kind of wanted to revisit some of the seedings from the AFC and the NFC. Look at it, see what it is, see who shocked us, who didn't, all that good stuff. Let's start off with the AFC. So the AFC seeding goes as follows. Number 1, who obviously has the bye, the Baltimore Ravens. Number 2 is the Buffalo Bills. Number 3, the Kansas City Chiefs. Number 4, Houston Texans. 5, Cleveland Browns. 6, Miami Dolphins. And 7th, Pittsburgh Steelers. So, let me know, what surprises you see in the seeding from the AFC?
Yeah, Houston. We had Houston at the bottom.
Yes,
of that division.
We
did. So that's very surprising. It's surprising not to hear Kansas City having the first seed. That's surprising.
Well, for you, let me just clarify that. For you.
But haven't we been hearing that over the years, though? Haven't we been hearing that over the years? That's all I'm saying.
I mean, yeah, but I'm different, right? I saw everything that was happening, and I'll be honest with you, I do not, this blind faith that everyone is giving Patrick Mahomes, I don't understand it, because that's not, you don't earn that blind faith until you've been through some stuff and you've overcome.
That's right.
Every time for Patrick Mahomes, it's been on a it's been on a silver platter for him. He's never really had to come from behind. He's never had he's never had to, because he was put in a great situation.
That's
for
right.
me, this was the first time where Patrick Mahomes had to be the superhuman that everybody called him. Everyone said he would. I've seen Peyton Manning do it. That's why we respect Peyton Manning. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. How many times did he do it? He got punt returners and made them a Pro Bowl wide receivers. Okay? He made a quarterback in college look like a Pro Bowl wide receiver in Julian Edelman. Okay?
Yep.
We've seen other guys do it. This was the first time where, all right, Patrick, now it's officially on your back, and you got to do everything you can. And he struggled. He kind of struggled doing that. Like, obviously, he had the gimme games, but there's quite a few games he had that made me go, told you. And I called it from the beginning. They're going to struggle this year. They're not winning no Super Bowl. They're not making it to the Super Bowl. They're definitely not making it to the Super Bowl. And when I said it, everyone looked at me like I was crazy, like I was a hater. And, you know, for sure I was a hater. I don't deny that. But the logic that I used, how apropos. Because everything that I said was going to come to fruition. I just want the record to show you.
I got you on that. But I think that a lot of things that took place for him this year, you know, was like, what was the hands to catch the ball at in a lot of cases? Can we say it's bad play by him, or can we just say just not having the plays he's used to making? He's not able to make anymore because he don't have those players there.
It's a combination of both, because I do know there's some of those receivers. Like Kadarius Toney has had a few a highlight reel worthy most of moments where he sold out the team. 110%. And I'm not gonna, like I said, there's some moments where obviously when it comes to Kadarius Toney, I don't know what's going on with him, but man is just allergic to catching the football. But there are other times where Travis Kelce is wide open. He's not giving him the ball, especially the second half of the season. Wouldn't give him the ball, and then would on 3rd and 10 fling the ball out of bounds for first down, and he's screaming at somebody else when it's like, yo, Pat, you got Travis Kelce staring at you wide open. You don't hit him, that's your fault, because you could have gotten the first down.
That's right.
I'm not going to sit here and blame Kadarius Toney when that rookie Rice that he was liking, he's overthrown and underthrown him. I'm not going to look at Kadarius Toney for that.
Travis really didn't have a good year this year either.
He was great the first half. The second half, Patrick Mahomes. Yes, he was. He was great the first half of the year.
No, I'm not saying he wasn't. In your eyes, it's just in my eyes. I just don't think overall he had a great year. I don't think the first half. I just seen a lot of fumbles. I seen a lot of fumbles and plays that he used to make. He wasn't able to make.
At the end of the year, yeah, sure. You know, there was fumbles, and it kind of looked bad on him.
He fumbled in the Detroit game. He fumbled the first game of the year. That Detroit game.
I'm talking about the most noteworthy games. Yeah, because you can make an argument that his fumble kind of did cost him the game against Detroit. By the way, I guess that, just kind of want to throw it out there. But, I'm just glad. I'm glad all this garbage about Chiefs Kingdom and all that stuff. Oh, how apropos.
I just like to see great players be able to perform. Even if they're beating the mess out of my team. Look, I'm a New York Knicks fan. Matter of fact, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. So you might well say that all the teams that I like got big stages. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a big stage. It's a big deal. You're going to be on TV. Not only will you be on TV, it's going to be prime time. Not only will it be prime time, all eyes will most definitely be on you. So you have to show up and perform. 1998, I'm holding my daughter. She was just born. It's Thanksgiving. She probably like 7 weeks old. And I sit there and watch the draft that year when we drafted Greg Ellis over Randy Moss. And I sit there and had to watch Randy Moss have 3 catches for over 150 yards and 3 touchdowns. I've been getting tormented so long, dog, that I'm just numb to all this. So trust believe. I've seen when we first opened up the stadium in Arlington, and how when the Giants came there, and Eli Manning looked like Johnny Unitas, Joe Montana, and Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? All in one damn game. I done seen it all. Ain't too much I haven't seen. The torment. Just like I told you, 2009 when LeBron, D-Wade, and Kobe came to Madison Square Garden, all 3 of them showed up. Hey, man.
Yeah, we don't care about Madison Square Garden. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, you do. You love it.
We don't care about Madison Square Garden like that.
Hey, man. Hey, whatever, man.
No. Did you hear? No, that reminds me. I saw a TikTok where they asked like NBA players like their stuff. And did you know De'Aaron Fox hates playing in Madison Square Garden?
Why is it?
He hates it. He doesn't like the arena. He thinks he doesn't like the arena. It's crazy. It's the first time I heard somebody say, "Yo, that arena." And his thing was that it's old as shit. He's like, it needs to be upgraded a lot.
It has had some upgrades, but it needs more. But I guess he don't like playing what the San Francisco play either.
Oh yeah. No. They don't play there no more.
No, I said I guess he don't like to play on the road in Philly against the 76ers either. He don't like playing there either. Wells Fargo Arena, whatever it's called.
Man,
I guess he don't like playing there either. He'll be all right. They took the truth. What happened last night?
No, we're not doing that. We're not disrespecting De'Aaron Fox. Not today. Maybe tomorrow, but not today.
I ain't disrespecting. I just asked a question, man. I asked a question.
No, it was rough for De'Aaron Fox. It was rough. It was rough. It was big rough. But
yeah,
I will say one big surprise for me, the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
You get Deshaun Watson, right? And then the entire thing happens where he's hurt, but not really, but he'll play, but he doesn't want to, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They go through, quite a few quarterbacks. Nick Chubb somehow it doesn't break his leg, tear his ACL, none of that, which is to me amazing. That's phenomenal, especially.
So he didn't tear nothing? I thought he tore his ACL.
I thought everything was gone. But turns out, no. How that happened, don't know. And then and Joe Flacco steps in and he goes, "You know what, man? I don't care." And it's crazy because the best version of Joe Flacco is the I don't give a fuck Joe Flacco. I've noticed this about him. When he actually tries, he overthinks things. But when he's like, "Yo, I'm chilling, I'm vibing," and he turns into that gunslinger, Joe Flacco hits dots. That is like crazy.
Joe don't play.
You know what I mean? So like, big ups to him. Amari Cooper really wasn't that great. Like he was solid. Don't get it twisted. He was putting together a very solid year. But then Deshaun Watson is out. There's a few weeks where Amari Cooper kind of just disappeared and kind of was like, But then again, they were kind of lost because they wanted to run the ball more. Then Nick Chubb goes on. But with Joe Flacco, and when Joe Flacco's going to fling the ball, that's made this offense scary. And again, defensively, we know the Cleveland Browns are a problem. The issue was offense couldn't put points up on the board, and they've been doing it. So I got to give them a lot of props there. Another one this one kind of a little bit surprising, but it's just considering what happened with the year. The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Like, they're the 2 seed, right? They obviously won the AFC East. Remember, not even halfway through the year, we were questioning, forget winning the division. Would Buffalo even get a wild card spot? Would they even finish over 500? We were having these types of conversations because it looked like both offensively and defensively, it looked like Buffalo was like falling apart.
They had a lot of help last week too, because even though they won, even if they would have lost, they still would have got in. But for a couple of them teams that had identical records as them had won, you know what I'm saying? Like they could easily have been out if they didn't win. So that's how important it was for them to win.
Right.
So and they took a lot of injuries too. A lot of injuries, man. A lot of injuries too.
A plethora.
Yeah, for real.
But and then obviously you said the Texans, which I agree with you 100%. I think the two biggest ones are the Texans and the Browns, however you really want to put it. Because I'm looking at it as you and I both said in the beginning of the year, Texas was going to be nothing. Not only did they win the division, not only were they over 500, but in my opinion, C.J. Stroud needs to be in the MVP conversation. He should have been in it. I understand you don't want to give it to him, and he won Offensive Rookie of the Year, which big ups to him. And I want to give him all the love and the props in the world because that's how he,
That's right. Yeah,
I'm with it. But But I do think I understand that he's a rookie, but I'm not gonna try to say, oh, just because you're a rookie, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna give you your props. Because this man deserved his flowers. Because he helped D'Amico Ryans establish that culture, and CJ Stroud carried that culture on the field consistently and made sure that everybody, regardless, everybody was all in. So 110%, I want to give them that kind of give them those flowers.
But you had a team who had in-house expectations.
Yes, sir.
If they would have told the world, I'll go to not only to make the playoffs, but win a division, we all would have laughed like, man, you don't get out of here. But I love how that can just take place so quick and so fast. And I love that, that you get to still first year coach with the quarterback that he chose. You can see the dynamic that he has with the players. They want to play for him. They love to play for him. So it's just a cool thing, man, to see. But let me ask you this though.
Oh, go ahead.
Let me ask you this right quick. Now, just think, 5 years ago, Deshaun Watson was in that type of same situation where he was getting the Texans to the playoffs. And now it's like that stuff never existed, man. It's like it never happened.
It's crazy.
To me, anyway. To me, I mean, it's like this guy went from being like a 93 overall in Madden to a 74. I mean, actually, that's what they got him as. Like, it's just crazy, man. Just to see someone just fall off. I mean, yeah, he got the money, but
that also goes to show you. I understand what happened with the allegations, but I'm talking strictly in the football sense.
Yeah.
It is hard for you to go a year and a half playing no football.
That's right.
And think that you're just going to be able to plug yourself right in on any team and just boom. It is very hard to do that.
Yes.
It is extremely difficult. You can, especially at the quarterback position, when timing is everything. You know what I mean? And it just goes to show, man, you got to be careful. Like I said, I'm not talking about the allegations. That's not what I'm talking strictly the football perspective.
That's right.
You take a year and a half off playing no football, you're going to feel it. And that's kind of why Deshaun Watson's looking the way he's looking now. Granted, before he was out, he was starting to look better a little bit.
Yeah, he was a moment.
But look how long it took him to get there. About another year and a half for him to get to where, okay, now Deshaun he's not looking like Houston Deshaun, but he is now looking like a viable quarterback. So now here's the question you have. Do you go forward with Joe Flacco or do you give Deshaun Watson another opportunity? Because if Joe Flacco wins you a playoff game and he says he wants to come back, I don't know about saying no to Joe Flacco at this point in time. Especially if I can just move on from Deshaun Watson and have a cheaper option than Joe Flacco. Shoot.
Let me ask you this right quick. Didn't someone have a dark horse team that made the playoffs?
Anyways, let's move on to the NFC.
Hold on 1 second, man. Hold on, man. Give me my props, man.
I just want to say one thing. Hold on. Let me clarify. And then Rio says, it's CJ season. Come on. And 100%, look, CJ Stroud is a bad boy. But before we get back to the CJ Stroud trade, you said the Steelers would win the division. They were third.
No, I said they would win the playoffs. I never said they win the division.
But I'm running it back. Swear, I'm running it back. I'm going to find it. I'm going to look back and we're going to find out. Because you said
first of all, I had Cincinnati to win the division, followed up by Baltimore. Then I said Pittsburgh. I said 3 teams was going to come out the North. That's what I said.
Let's see. And only well, I mean, you're right. 3 did come out.
But not the ones I picked, though. Not the ones I picked.
The only one that you missed was Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give me my props, man. You see them all again, man. Give my props, man.
Honest, I thought Pittsburgh was going to finish under 500.
Look, they skated, man. Look.
Listen. Skate all you want. You reach that finish line, I ain't gonna talk to you how you got there. I ain't gonna bother
you, man. But hey, this season for them was roll bounce too. They skated the whole year, man. Yes. It's like every week.
But here's the thing. But here's not my problem with Pittsburgh. Here's my problem. You should have tanked on purpose. Because now look at you. Now you have nothing. You can't really improve on the draft because your draft pick isn't really like that, especially when you need a quarterback. You're now kind of stuck in the same position where you got to overly rely on your defense yet again.
Nah, it's gonna be some changes made this year right here. You got Russ gonna be out there.
I don't know if
Wilson.
it makes a difference though. Because think about it,
Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins.
you really go. Do you think Pittsburgh would take a chance off Kirk Cousins coming off an
Why
Achilles?
not? He better than everything that's on that roster put together. Why not?
No, I'm talking about, but this is an older Kirk Cousins coming off an Achilles tear. That's like let's not pretend everyone's Kevin Durant or Hakeem Olajuwon where they're just coming back like nothing.
Look, he got they at least do have a run game that he can depend on. But they ain't got to depend on him to throw all the time. They at least got that.
No, that's true.
They at least got that. So when he need to throw, they'll throw. But they got that, and he's real good at play action. You know, I mean, he better than everything they got there put together right now. You put all three of them quarterbacks together, they're not Kirk Cousins. They're not. I would take Kirk in the way that what's the wide receiver name? Pickens.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. The way he's coming along, man, please.
Shoot, man.
Yes,
I'm gonna say it's gonna be very interesting for Pittsburgh because if they can get a quarterback, they could be an issue.
That's all I'm saying.
We'll see what happens. On to the NFC, right? So
okay.
49ers is 1. No one gives a shit about number 2. The Detroit Lions are number 3. Buccaneers are 4. Eagles are 5. Rams is 6. Packers is 7. So I have technically 3 surprises. Technically 3.
Okay.
So the first one I'm gonna say, the Packers, them getting in 7th.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Like that, because again, remember, we were kind of having the same conversation like a couple weeks in, like, man, you know, can this team really do it? Stack the injuries that they've been dealing with literally all year for them to get in there. That's a great confidence booster for Jordan Love, which is something he needs going forward. So that was a great surprise. The Rams being 6th, another thing, plagued with injuries. They weren't really looking that hot. All of a sudden, they kicked off, and we were talking about it a few weeks ago. They became the hottest team in football that nobody wanted to play because they knew right now we're catching the Rams the second half of the season, that they were catching the Rams in fuego. So I kind of want to, give them some love. And then another. This one was a surprise, but it's like a negative surprise. The Philadelphia Eagles. I've never in my life. Well, I don't want to say never in my life because now I'm going to sound like Skip because now it's going to be like I don't watch football. But it's very rare that you see a team that has the hardest first half schedule and then the easiest second half schedule. And it's so rare that you see a team dominate the harder schedule and then fail on the easiest portion of it. Like, that to me was shocking to me because after what I saw that first half, I was like, oh man, this is going to be a breeze for them. And then it's almost like they forgot how to play football. Offense, defense, and coaching, everybody. So for me, it was like, I got to put them there because it's like, man, it's like they genuinely – because remember, they could have been the 2nd seed or the 3rd seed. They had that opportunity had they beat the Giants. They didn't. And because they did it, now it makes them look a little iffy, so to speak. You know what I mean? Frankie says, go, Pack, go. I didn't know you were a Packers fan. That's crazy. But that's kind of, for me, that's why I put the Eagles. Because like I said, they're the 5th seed. For a long time, we thought they were going to be the 1 seed. Then it was, okay, maybe they'll be the 2 seed under the 49ers. For them to be at the 5th seed, it's crazy. It's really crazy. And like I said, the Rams and Packers are good surprises because they kind of overcame a lot. The Eagles are a bad surprise because it's like they intentionally wanted to lose and shoot themselves in the foot, which is beyond me on why you want to do that.
That's right. Well, me personally, if we really just pay attention to what was going on, and which I'm sure you're in depth, you know, the Eagles never really put together a complete game this year. They showed spurts and moments, but it never was put together a complete game, you know. And in the second half of the year, when you start to have an easier schedule, a lot of teams ain't got nothing to play for. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like they going to the playoffs or whatever. So you're gonna get the complete bench, and they see your weaknesses too. They see, oh, even though y'all got these big boys in the middle, we can still run on y'all. And matter of fact, not only are we're gonna run right up the middle on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, y'all don't defend the pass good. Oh, so we gonna pass the ball on y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Your linebacker core is not that strong. Just like I told my cousin. My cousin like, man, they getting all these top draft picks. I said, it don't matter. Everything still got to work. Look at what the Phoenix Suns going through. You know what I'm saying?
Say yes, sir.
Things take time. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be an instant just because shoot, we play to go. That's what it is. Nah, it don't work that way. Things take time. Now sometimes it does, but it's rare. So what I'm saying is they never put together a complete game. The defense struggled the whole year. Hurts, that's the key thing right there. He's been hurt. This whole ever since that report came, ever since that report came out in preseason, the training camp about his knee, he ain't been the same, man. We gotta be honest about this. He was not the same player that he was last year. I'm saying they're read option and stuff, and they would just do, like, man, they were doing all kind of plays with him, especially when they came to run the ball. So between that, even AJ Brown, look at AJ Brown. When he had that 6 games in a row, he was getting like 6 catches for like $125, $150.
Mm-hmm.
That simmered down. That calmed down. When the tight end got hurt against us, you know what I'm saying? That was another key factor. So, hey man, maybe, and then AJ Brown not even playing tomorrow.
Yep.
Well, Monday he's not even playing.
Yep. And when it comes to that Monday night game, we're definitely gonna go in details. But they gonna be a little bit out,
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, man, it's definitely some craziness this year. But obviously, let's get into what we all truly care about. It is the NFL playoffs. We already read the seeding, so obviously with this weekend, Ravens and the Niners got the bye week, and then next week they play the lowest seed. There's going to be 2 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and 2 games on Sunday. Originally, you said what?
On Monday.
Yeah, 2 games on Monday. Originally, there's supposed to be 3 games on Sunday, but the Bills and Steelers game got postponed to Sunday because of weather.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind. It's going to end up being Monday at 4:30. But we're going to look at every single game. We're going to break down every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to start with the Browns at Texas. It's going to be the first game of these playoffs. It's going to be the very first game. Browns at Texans. 4:30. Yes. Am I crazy for thinking Texas got it?
Am I crazy for picking Cleveland?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. I felt like I was a little crazy for picking Houston, but I don't. So let me take a walk with me. Take a walk with me. This is why I'm kind of, I'm on the whole, Houston side of things, which take it however you see fit. I think we're in a situation where I'm looking at it from the perspective of who's healthier. Mm-hmm. And right now, Houston not only is more healthier, but the Browns playing in Houston, I've noticed this about the Browns. They are a home team. On the road, they kind of more so offensively. Offensively, they tend to struggle more on the road.
Yeah.
And this being at Houston, and there were a couple names that I was concerned about, that being from Houston, like would they even be there? Will Anderson, their pass rusher, he's he's active, which I kind of was a little worried about. And then Robert Woods and Noah Brown are both active, both wide receivers for Houston. The reason why, in my opinion, those two, more specifically Robert Woods and Noah Brown being so pivotal, is because You have no Tank Dell, and there are rumors that Nico Collins' calf is still bothering him. He will play, but there are rumors that his calf has been bothering him again. That being said, with a team that, yes, Houston has something of a run game, but you love it and you feel comfortable when CJ Stroud throws that ball. To have some deep threats, it's scary when you're one of your best deep threats and Nico Collins he's already compromised. You're the next best one, and some people think Tank Dell is better to each their own. He's out for the year. So now it's kind of this weird situation where, like, you kind of got to look, who can I really look to? Who can I really look to? So defensively, I do like that they got their pass rusher, but Noah Brown and Robert Woods both being able to play, now it gives me more confidence because now you can kind of – Nico Collins doesn't have to go and get, $150 with 2 touchdowns for them to win, right? You don't got to overly target him, which who knows? Maybe you'll be able to kind of sit them down on some plays because if they end up winning and they go on to the next game next weekend, they'll definitely need him badly. So, again, same thing. Or if you look over on the Cleveland side, Denzel Ward with his knee, from what I was reading some of this stuff, turns out he barely passed it. Barely. That knee is still giving him discomfort. And they kind of was just like, we'll see, you know what I mean? So I'm hoping that maybe they'll be able to kind of get it together. These are basically the guys, before I let you go on Cleveland.
Yeah.
This is their inactive list. So these are the guys that are not going to play. Their kicker, Dustin Hopkins, who was having a Pro Bowl caliber year. This one doesn't matter. Jeff Driscoll, he's basically their third quarterback, like on the depth chart. PJ Walker's the backup, so they're fine. Wide receiver Cedric Tillman, which is a little hurt because sometimes they kind of do look to him. Running back Pierre Strong Jr., cornerback Khalif Halasi, their center Luke Whippler, which I think could potentially kind of spell some doom because that line is okay-ish. And then defensive end Isaiah McGuire. So those are just some of those. That's basically all of them that's going to be missing. But like I said, we'll see. But for me, I'm more comfortable with Houston. Houston they've been playing all year this year with house money, where they're going out there, they're doing their thing, they're balling out offensively and defensively. Anytime a mistake is made, I don't feel like they're out of any game. By the way, Julian, what up, Juju? What do you do, baby? He says, you know what's happening with AJ Brown. We're gonna when we talk about that game, we'll get more into it. Obviously, they said he's out because of a knee, but there are some deeper things that go into it. But we'll talk about the Eagles game in a few. But I don't know. I'm going Houston. I just love the moxie that this team has given me, man. And yes, it's gonna be close, but I'm going with Houston.
All right. I'm gonna go with Houston. I got a score of 35-17. I think I would go with Cleveland if it was in Cleveland, just because of the weather elements, just because of the coldness. You know what I'm saying? It might be an old snow game. I don't know what's going on if the snow is even in that direction, but I like for the playoffs. I'm not gonna lie, I do like outside games better than I like inside games. I just like everything that comes with it, with being outside, on the fine hour odds. So, but I'm gonna go 35-17 Houston. I think Dalton Schultz is gonna have a humongous game. I see like an 8-catch, but 42 touchdown type of a game. So, from Dalton.
Okay. Yeah. That's gonna be very interesting to see. Because if they don't feel comfortable, you still got a very respectable tight end you can kind of just dump it off to, which is how they've been using him a lot. So that's going to be a very interesting thing to watch. So you and I we both got the Texans.
I like how the Texans create space too. I just want to add that in there. I like how it's rare that you see. It's just like they just create space for each level of the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I love it because with a lot of times what they do, they break early. So you see a lot of crossing routes where it kind of confuses
Yeah.
people. And now when you're crossing, the cornerback is trying to keep the outside guy. Sometimes the linebacker messes up and he shifts over. So now you got the middle of the field that's pretty much open. So, and then listen, it's very hard to do that consistently because it requires timing on both receivers, and you got to be very good at route running to be able to pull it off because you can't just run aimlessly. You know what I mean? There's certain breaks you need to do, certain places where you line up. So that's actually a very good point that you brought up because if you think about it, not a lot of people really mention the fact that they can open the field, with their route running. And
we see what they did last week.
Right.
First game.
It always felt like somebody was open, but when you got multiple crossing routes, confusion is just going to naturally come. That's just the reality of it, And it just shows back to C.J. Stroud, him being able to know, I'm going to put this ball where one of my guys can get it so none of my guys are confused. I'm going to let the defense be confused, and my guys are going to be good. So that's a great point you brought up. But the next Sunday game, Dolphins at Chiefs. Now, this game, believe it or not, originally, when I first heard this, I thought Dolphins could pull it off. I really did. Now, I don't know. And there's only one reason why.
The temperature.
Thank you. And I don't think people understand.
Did you hear the latest?
You said what?
Did you hear what they were saying as of right now, what the temperature supposed to be?
It's supposed to be a record.
Yeah.
Last time I heard, it was supposed to be minus 30.
I seen minus 14 last time I seen it.
Let me see.
Dang,
okay.
Man.
So it's minus 14. But with the wind chill, it's gonna drop it to make it feel like minus 30.
Yeah. I mean, I believe what you were saying. But I didn't know if you had just seen that or that's what you had just seen as of when I had seen what I've seen. So, I would never doubt what you say. I mean,
I feel you. Trust me, I get what you were saying. Don't get it twisted.
I'm gonna tell you something. Amongst all the stuff that you have done since I've been on this show, Lord knows you've done a lot. I would never take your words, for a joke. You know what I mean? Like you really do the research. You really come prepared. So I'm never gonna.
I blush. Thank you, Unc. But not honestly, Unc, I'm telling you, that is what scares me. That's what scares me a lot.
I'm surprised they ain't canceling that one.
See, here's my thing. When I saw the Buffalo Bills came out and they announced, we're delaying our game. In my mind, I was like, okay. The next one I would think that maybe could, happen could be this game because they were talking the entire time it's going to be cold. And that's always a talking point with the Chiefs the last few years when they're in the playoffs. It's going to be cold. That's one of the biggest talking points when it comes to the Chiefs in the playoffs, right? So at first, I was like, let's see. Then earlier today, I saw it, and I was like, okay, well, they're going to delay it. Of course. They're going to delay it. Because where I'm looking at where it's going to be the minus 30 with the wind chill, this is from ESPN.com, and it was posted at 1:46. So at 1:46, they knew it's going to be cold as brick out there. It's going to be freezing. So I'm thinking to myself, all right, cool. They're going to end up, chilling.
I definitely want to breathe with that mouth open. You better breathe through your nose the best way you can.
Sure, man. It's going to feel like needles in your lungs.
God, dog. Especially when you're running. You know how they're going to be.
Yo, listen. I'm in Florida right now, man. And it's hot out here, right? I run and I already feel like I got needles. Okay? And it's hot out here. Yeah. Imagine in the cold. I retired. I'm not joking. I retired.
I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, you know how they be doing in hockey? How they be subbing while the game's still going? I mean, they're going to be doing that. Like,
keep going. Yep. You got to keep on moving. Listen, this is gonna be an ugly game.
Oh man,
this is gonna be an ugly game, a low scoring game.
Yeah,
and everyone, listen. There's gonna be people that's gonna make jokes on how the Chiefs are done because of this game, or Miami looks washed. Miami are frauds or whatever. But I'm telling people, and I've played football. I played high school football in Connecticut. I played in some cold weathers.
Yeah, I believe
you feel it in your. I was in high school having joint problems because of that cold. Now imagine some of these guys who have torn things, who've broken things. That cold weather, listen, perfectly healthy, you're going to stiffen up. Perfectly healthy, you're going to stiffen up. Imagine how you're going to be with it. That right there is my concern. But I hate Kansas City, so I'm going to go Miami. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose because Kansas City is probably going to win because they're accustomed to that temperature. But, you know, fuck Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, man. What position did you play in high school?
I played in high school. I played running back, wide receiver, cornerback, and strong safety.
Yeah, your school wasn't too good.
No, they were terrible.
Only reason why I say that because if you want, that means y'all ain't got too much of a team, more likely, man. So that's why I said that.
It was mostly because a lot of the guys we had cared more about offense. So our defense was mostly washed. So, like, I would get some touches offensively, but there were more along the lines of, like, yo, we kind of want you on defense because no one wants to play defense because they're all enamored with offense. Yeah. So I was like, hey, look, I was the type of kid that was like, look, I don't care. Like, if you put me on that field, I'm with it 110%. You feel me? So I'll play whatever. So there were games where I was playing every snap. I was exhausted. And then in my sophomore year, I took that one hit and humbled me. Sophomore year, I was a wide receiver, right? Oh no, no. I was running back. I just finished running a slant, and then they called the play for me to get a handoff. And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, man, because I just did a slant, and the linebacker had hit me, but I didn't catch the ball, so he kind of was like, it was a hit for him to like try to check me. But he didn't hit me with everything. And I remember walking back to the huddle, and I was like, damn, that motherfucker hit me one more time. I might be done. God damn, that shit hurt it. And I just remember thinking to myself, yo, if, you know, and I remember they called the play, and I was like, could we switch it? I remember I looked at the quarterback, and he was like, he started bitching that I was saying something. And I was like, look here, bitch. That motherfucker right there, that 52 right there, that motherfucker's gonna, and I remember screaming this. That motherfucker's gonna kill me. I remember screaming that because the quarterback he was bitching like a child. I'm like, bro, you're literally playing the easiest position because you do nothing. You literally just our quarterback just threw checkdowns and screens. Was scared as fuck to throw the ball, right? Dang. So I'm looking at this kid. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna get fucking murdered. I want to go home. I want to be like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Hands the ball off. And he played me too, because that linebacker, he pretended he was going outside, so I cut inside. And I remember thinking to myself, oh yeah, I got him. I looked to my left, I was clear. Looked to my right, I blinked, and all of a sudden, my life was over. It was crazy. It was wild. Never in my, I took that hit. I was like, yeah, I'm all set, coach. Literally, I remember laying there, and I was like, it's been a good one, coach. But so that's wild, man. Yeah, I'm looking to my left, nobody. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, because I saw the safety coming down. So I'm thinking, oh, I got the first down easy. I looked to my left, nobody. I looked to my right, I blinked, and all of a sudden I was on the sideline. I said, hey, yo, what the fuck? I said, what happened? And coach was like, oh, no, you got fucked up. I was like, by who? He was like, 52. And I remember standing up, I picked up my helmet, and I threw it on the ground because I was mad because I knew he was going to fuck me up. I called that shit from the beginning. He's going to fuck me up. I threw my helmet, and I remember looking at the sideline, hands on my hips. And I remember blinking again, and all of a sudden the field was empty, and my coach is at the bus screaming my name, telling me to get on the bus. And I was just like, what the fuck? And I was like, and after that, my coach, like, literally the next day, I went to the coach's office. I was like, yo, coach, what the fuck happened to me? He was like, you was just standing there zoned out. I said, yeah, coach, I'm set. Here you go. I went to my locker, got myself, gave it to him. I said, coach, it's safe for me. He was like, why? I was like, coach, I'm good. I'm good, man. I was on sophomore year. I said, I'm all set, man. I'm good. I was like, you don't
want to do it.
I said, no, baby, after that. No, I'm going to tell you this right now, man.
I feel you.
When I'm standing there and my coach talking about everybody was moving and I was just standing there on my hands on my hips, just staring. He told me that. I was like, I'm good, man. I was like, I don't even remember that. So I was like, I'm set, man. I was like, I'm set. After that, I went to soccer. I said, And on top of that, too, they made me the goalie so I could hurt people and not get in trouble. I said, man, I was like, I'm good. Felt good, too. But, yes, since my junior year, I said, no, baby, I'm good. It's crazy. He saw my junior year. He was like, yo, you want to sign up? I said, good one. I was like, I'm trying to remember the day. You feel me? Getting hit so hard, I forgot who my girlfriend was, yo. It was insane, man. I was like, yeah, that's how hard it hit me. He hit me hard. And I knew he was going to hit me, too. Knew he was going to crucify me. Talking about put me in the he put me down. But I'm going Dolphins. Who you got? Dolphins and Chiefs.
I got Chiefs 24-3, and the reason why I got them with 24 points because I think they're gonna score on the short side of the field. I don't think it's gonna be no long sustaining drives. If it is, it because they're running the ball, and I feel for this type of crime. But then again, Kansas City defense isn't all that either. So I'm gonna tell you something, man. Don't be surprised if Miami do win this game. And it just comes from just running back by committee. Because they got the speed to still do it. They just got to get the hold.
And that's kind of like another thing because for me, it comes down to who do I trust more in the run game. And right now, I trust Miami's run game way more because you got like 15 guys you can line up in the back. Because obviously you got Mostert. You got, I don't know how to say his name.
Yeah, I forgot the other guy. I know you're talking about, though. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I call him a chew. That's what I call him. People get mad at me when I say that, but that's what I'm gonna keep on.
But what's the other guy they got? Named Josh. What's his name? Josh.
Their third stringer. Yep. Their third stringer. Buddy got zoomies, and man, you can run some jet sweeps with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. Yeah. So you're kind of in a situation where if you got to run, you got guys that you can make that happen with.
And you got Wilson too. You got C.J. Wilson, who's able you can do some trick plays with to pitch the ball to him, and he'll throw it, he'll launch it. So, I mean, you got some options. They got more options on offense than Kansas City got.
Yep, when it comes to running the ball, for sure.
But they just got to block out the fat. They just got to come with a real game plan of we're not scared, and yes, it's cold, but it's cold on everybody. It ain't just cold on us, not cold on Kansas City. See, this reminds me of when the Giants went to Lambeau. And they beat the Packers, and everybody was like, "Oh, it's so cold," but these are two cold teams, and I guess because the mystique of Lambeau with it being so cold and frigid that they just gave it to Green Bay, and Green Bay only had that one opening drive, and after that there was nothing no more.
Yep, so they couldn't really do anything.
Yeah,
but those are going to be the two games for Saturday, which is today. So in roughly about an hour, it's going to be the Browns and Texans. So it's going to be a very good way to open up, this playoff season. Next two games we got for Sunday. Well, one game is important. Other, no one really gives a shit about. And this is a game we don't really give a shit about. That's why we put these bums at 4:30 because no one really gives a shit.
Oh, everybody does.
The Green Bay Packers versus.
I bet it'd be the most watched. I bet it'd be the most watched playoff game this weekend.
I don't know about all that because there's like.
Right. You're tripping now. You doing
Dolphins
too much.
And Chiefs will be watched more. Eagles and Buccaneers. I don't know what it is. It's probably because I'm in Florida now. I've never seen so many Buccaneers fans out the woodworks.
And that's the only place you're gonna see them at.
You said what?
And that's the only place you're gonna see them at.
Probably, man. Probably because I don't know what it is. I've been seeing a bunch of them.
You right there in Central Florida. You should see them. What's so surprising? Be surprised to see Cowboy fans all over South Carolina. Be surprised to see them all over Alaska. Be surprised to see them all up in New York the way they are. Be surprised by that.
But we don't respect down south here. That's just it.
That's fine because if you combine all the NFL teams there and put their championships together, still don't have money. But this is what it's about right here. No, you got to stop. We're talking about the Green Bay. Yeah, right. We're talking about the Green Bay fan base and our fan base. We always been the most watched televised game. You can go to you got a computer right there. Just look it up. That's all you got to do for me. Look it up.
I'll make your deal. Next Saturday, we'll see. We'll look up the numbers and see who was watched most. I promise you, Dallas won't be one. I promise you.
I'll text it to you Monday or Tuesday. Don't worry about it.
We'll see. Then we'll see.
Right. You got your mind, man. This is gonna
We'll see.
Now, this when your age start to show, man. You need to stop that now. See. Stop it, man. Stop it, man.
See. But Packers at Dallas. I mean, I want to give the Packers a chance. I want to.
They got a chance. What you talking about? I ain't talking no trash. You ain't heard me say not one thing.
What chance you think they got though?
A chance to win. They got a quarterback. Listen, once again, I'm gonna break this down to you. It's about stages. It's about stages, man. And when you're on that big stage, either you're gonna not play or you're gonna come to play. And these guys are coming to play. They don't come to play around. Now Dallas want to sit here and play around like, oh well, you know we undefeated at home and all this and that. Man, that don't matter. What matters right now is you got two teams right now postseason. Records are 0-0. Ain't nobody scored no points. Ain't nobody did nothing. Everything you did from last week and beyond is off the table. That stuff don't matter, man. And we gotta come in and be aggressive with this run game. Get the ball to CD. CD gonna be all over the place. Cook's gonna be in the mid, and my man Jake Ferd, defense gotta apply that pass rush pressure. Corners gotta hold up. We gotta make tackles. Man, them boys ain't playing no games. It's Green Bay still. It's Green Bay though.
I just don't like the inconsistency as Jordan Love.
Okay.
I understand the last 3 games he's looked very good, especially that last game against Chicago. I'll give him the props, but in the totality, he's far too inconsistent. So I don't trust him going into the playoffs. I don't trust I can't trust a Green Bay Packers that are missing weapons offensively, and they've already their offense is already questionable. It's already questionable. So you see what I'm saying? So that's kind of my issue. For me, the AJ Dillon, their running back, which I think is a great 1-2 punch with him and Aaron Jones. Yeah, he's doubtful, so they don't think he's going to end up playing.
I know that Christian Watson not playing either.
He's not playing, so that's another one that hurts pretty bad. And then defensively, Jair Alexander, sure he's active, but he's not looking good. Because Wednesday he had light practice, and he has not practiced Thursday or Friday. So now they have him questionable. Yeah. So now that's another thing. So again, you're looking at 3 very pivotal pieces not being there.
I had this dream of mine, and I'm gonna share it with you. I ain't gonna take long. I have a dream with Hannah Bennett this week. Philly get knocked off tomorrow. I mean Monday. And in the second round, whoever San Francisco played, knocked them off. And we advanced. And we win our game too. And we advanced to the NFC Championship game playing against either the Rams or the Lions or some doggone body. That's just what I see. I got a feeling if we handle our business, we're gonna have to see San Francisco. But something that's telling me since this Jimmy curse has
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If an if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk. Y'all not doing absolutely nothing. Congratulations, you're gonna beat the Packers, only get smacked by somebody else. So it don't even matter. It literally
Oh yeah, that's a nice game. Hey, that's a nice game y'all had in the snow last week.
You said what?
I said that's a nice game y'all had in the snow last week.
We going through some stuff.
I'm just saying, nice game. That's all.
We going through some stuff right now. That was very disrespectful on your behalf. I don't know why you had to do that. Okay, my season has been put down. You bullet through it, and
you've been tripping the whole time.
Yo, punching the air. I'm still mad, man. Yo, we should have delayed that game and then not played it. That's what we should have done. Cause
you was rolled too. You were rolled too because you said y'all was gonna finish the 3rd place this year. Oh no, you said second. Yeah, you said second. No, you had y'all in front of the Jets.
No, I said 3rd. I just had over 500.
You said that you said you had the Jets 3rd, you had y'all 2nd, dude. Cause I was like, hey, you got y'all over the Jets. You were like, yeah. Now go look at your paper. You got the paper, man. Stop playing.
We'll see.
Stop playing. You got the video.
We'll look back.
Yeah.
Bro,
go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to bring up old stuff.
No, you did though, but you did. It's cool. Look, I hate Dallas, Fuck them. So Jordan Love, don't let me down, kid. I'm picking the Packers. This is out of pure emotion. Just letting you know, pure emotion. I'm picking the Packers.
I got us 28-10.
I just want Jordan Love. Just give me one great game, and then you can be a bum afterwards. I don't care.
That's all you want.
That's it. The 8 o'clock, the real game on Sunday night. The real game.
Which is gonna be a high scoring too. I think so.
Rams at Lions. By the way, did you hear what the organization said? You are not allowed to wear a Detroit Lions Matthew Stafford jersey.
What kind of crap is that?
Thank you. They actually said, matter of fact, let me pull it up because I'm gonna tell you.
Go ahead.
But nah, like it's insane. Like the team said, here it is. Oh no, that's the wrong one. But nah, they told the because his wife shared it. Okay, here it is. So so there were talks within the organization of banning. Oh, so they changed their minds. Okay. So the organization was in essence going to make a ban on anybody wearing a Detroit Lions Matthew Stafford jersey, which is hilarious to me. I think that's the funniest thing in the world.
When you finish, I got something to say on that, man.
But I just thought that was funny. I really do think it's funny. But Rams at Detroit. I like Detroit here. Barely though. Barely.
I got Detroit winning 44-38.
Sound about right. I'm with that score. I agree with you. I think it's gonna be high scoring. I think both teams are gonna have questions when it comes to defense, but that's just because they both have very high-powered offenses. But you wanted to say something?
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. You Detroit Lions as an organization staff and crew has no reason to even think about something like that. You ain't won enough. All right, you ain't did. I can see if San Francisco said that. Don't nobody wear such and such old San Francisco jersey. They have won. I can see Green Bay said it. I can see Dallas said it. I can see New England said it. You know what I'm saying? Did I say Pittsburgh? Matter of fact, you could throw the Giants in there too. They got 4 rings. Y'all have 0. You have never been to the Super Bowl. You've been to the NFC Championship game once. Can you shut up? You can't forget where you come from. You can't forget where you come from, man. Teams forget they come from. You want to fire a coach after a year, and these for the sorry teams. You want to fire a coach from after a year, if not 3/4 into the season, like how Carolina did Frank, which was a blessing of Frank, so he can get out of that catastrophe.
Yes, sir.
Or a football team, you know what I'm saying? Or a football organization. Like they are completely whacked. You got the owner throwing drinks on people. I kind of wish it was me. I would have lifetime. Even when I'm dead and gone, my kids will have suites at that stadium. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, and whatever new stadium that they're gonna get. You're in no position to think that way. Matter of fact, just for hearing that, I might flip the score. You ain't know. Matter of fact, Rams 44-38. Yeah, Rams gonna get this, man. Because I don't like disrespect, man. I don't like people who forget where they come from.
I'm not mad at you for feeling that way, man. Because it was hard for me to pick Detroit. It really was after I heard that. But dude, it's just wild. It really is.
Both teams can run the ball. I think that the Lions, I mean not Lions, but I think the Rams can just pass it just a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Yep. And Cooper Kupp and that young man with the gun on the other side.
Puka Nacua.
Yeah, they're gonna be in the slot terrorizing. So yeah, man, I'm changing. I don't like disrespect, man. I don't like disrespect. I don't like disrespect for something. I'm just
Mm-mm-mm.
doing too much. You win a
Yo,
division for the first time since probably Barry Sanders was there, and you got the nerve, man. Please get out of here.
he said, "Child, please." I love it. I love it. Absolutely, 100%. I love it. So next game, Steelers at Bills. Now,
I
I
had
think
the
the Bills,
Steelers
huh?
until I realized that T.J. Watt not playing. So
Even with TJ Watt, I got the Bills just beating the bricks off them, and it's not even close. I got them like embarrassing them. Mike Tomlin's gonna cry. Um, no debate. Here's my thing though for this game. If I'm the Bills, you need to use this game to make a point. What I mean by that is been a minute. It's been a minute now. What I mean by that, it's a few weeks where
hmm
the Bills have been getting disrespected for a while.
yeah,
This is where they run up the score, embarrass them to show everyone, play with your mama, not with us, because she loves you enough to show you mercy. We gonna beat the bricks off of anybody in front of us because now that the Chiefs are down, what you got there? Yep. Yes, sir. I love it. Yup.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. I'm with you right there. They need to hang up a minimum of 40. They have to because they need to set an example. This could be their last year of legitimately winning a Super Bowl. Let's be honest here because
yeah,
they've had no problems with everybody else. They can listen. I'm gonna look at that. They can beat the Chiefs, the Texans. They can beat the Browns. They can beat the Dolphins. They can beat the Steelers. Heck, they can beat the Ravens. I believe in them to beat the Ravens. There's only one team that was always their Achilles heel, and that's the Chiefs. This year, on a down year, you might not have to play them, especially with the Bills being the number 2 seed right now. The only like think about it. They
you
probably
right.
won't see them until the AFC Championship if the Chiefs make it and if the Bills make it. This is the Bills' opportunity. This really is like it's. I don't want to say it's like an all or nothing, but it's as close as you can get to all or nothing without being there yet.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I think this is going to be their last year because, like I said, they could beat. Listen, there's only 2 teams, and like I'm talking about in the entire playoffs. There's only 2 teams where I have some worries about the Bills, and there's one of the AFC, and that's the Chiefs, and that's just because of the history, and the 49ers.
That's right.
Every other team, the Cowboys, Lions, Buccaneers, Eagles, Rams, Packers, everybody else, I would pick the Bills over them. But they
Okay.
need to at least make the Super Bowl to try to give some sort of credibility to themselves because they started the year off very, very sketchy. Yeah, they got it together. But now the Bills, forget on being on a time clock, the hourglass, you're running very low on sand.
Yeah.
And if they don't get it together, I don't want to say blow it up because I'm not going to be that guy. But you might have to move on from Stephon Diggs because he's starting to get a little upset and irritated with everything. And if you get him a Super Bowl appearance, that'll probably reset him. And that'll probably buy you some more time. But if you don't at least make it to the Super Bowl, it's all going to be for naught.
So what you trying to get for him? If you're the GM, that's the reason why I had put my glasses on, man. You know we got to put on our GM hats and glasses. So what do you want for him?
Well, so that's the problem too. Like, so if I'm the Bills, I need something now. Like I can't. I need something now, and that's kind of the thing of it because in order for it to be a fair exchange, you need to go get a guy like a Devontae Adams. You know, you need to go get a guy like Justin Jefferson, a guy. You know what I mean? Like you need like a legitimate number 1 guy that's elite. But what
Or
team is really going to give up their guy? I mean, maybe Devontae Adams, maybe because I think Devontae Adams starting to get a little bit of the Raiders. But then again, if the Raiders get Antonio Pierce, he might give them time. So it's kind of like what wide receiver would really be available for them to trade to get a haul that's worthy enough. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of, that's kind of where it's a little iffy. You know what I mean? If I got to say something, if I got to pick, I'll go Raiders. I'll say that for Devontae Adams. Only because that would be the only trade I can really think of where both parties, in terms of the players and the teams, would benefit. Because the Raiders do need to move on from Devontae Adams because it's just not working for some unknown reason. And if Stephon Diggs doesn't want to be there, you got to put Stephon Diggs in a situation where he's the clear-cut number one.
If it's me, I don't know if the money will match up right, because the money gonna have to match up right. But then again, you never know. I would holler at Houston like, hey, let me get your number one and Noah Brown. You know? And
But hold on, you said the number. We hold on. Say again. Say that one more time, Monk.
I said if I was the Bills, I would call the Houston Texans and be like, let me get your number one wide receiver and Noah Brown and a second round pick for this.
Okay, so Nico Collins.
Mm-hmm.
So for you, it'd be Nico Collins and what's buddy's name? It'd be Nico Collins
And Noah Brown.
I'm doing this real quick. Speaking of the devil, there he is. Because I'm just doing this in like a little trade simulator thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing that right now because I'm genuinely curious if that would work.
I think because of the money it won't, but
and we'll see. Because that's the only fear I got. That's the only reason why it won't work. But let me see.
Or if not Noah Brown, give me and take the number 2 pick off. Give me a linebacker that make about $5 million a year. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they got a lineman or a D lineman. I'm saying they make about $5 million a year. Something. Because I think that would work out. I think that Diggs would be great with CJ. Diggs like to go deep. CJ loves to throw deep. And I think with Allen, you get a wide receiver who you can mold. You know what I'm saying? Who can mold, and you ain't got to hear all that sideline chatter and stuff. He'll be even more static to play with a seasoned, veteran quarterback, if you want to call him that, Yeah. But I think that Nico is fine where he's at, but that's what I would do. I would want to get someone that I can mold. I would want to, and who doesn't have a big salary. So then when his contract is up, more likely it won't be a contract up a Diggs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see what I'm trying to get to?
Yeah. So the only issue with the trade that you just mentioned, you can't do Noah Brown because his contract is up.
Okay, word. Well, it had to be something else with a decent salary to go with it. But yeah, man. Shit.
Actually, let me see if this thing would work. Huh. It actually worked. Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs straight up.
Okay.
That'd be interesting. I was just curious if this would work or not. That's all. But
yeah. I mean, it has to have to be some draft conversation to go with it too. But
they'll
that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Somewhere that he could go. Yeah. But then again, I think Houston would say no because they like what they have. So
true. That's true. Yeah. And then the last game, Eagles at Buccaneers. Now I'm gonna say this right now. I got the Eagles winning. I really do. But man, boy, I'm telling you this right now. Them Bucks is a scrappy group, and I would not bet money on this game. I'll tell you that right now. There's a few games I'll bet money on. This one I won't, because the Buccaneers being this scrappy team, I give them a legitimate chance to knock off the Eagles. Now I'm rolling with the Eagles. I'm rolling with them, but I'm telling you, man. I'm hearing people saying that the Eagles are gonna dust the Buccaneers and all that stuff. I don't know about all that, because the Buccaneers is a problem themselves.
I don't need to come across a person saying that within a 100-mile radius of me. Check this out right here. I got the Bucks winning 2013. AJ Brown won't be there. If you wanted to, if you needed to, you could double Devontae Smith if you need to. Philly's gonna have to run the ball.
Yep.
They're gonna have to run the ball.
Yep.
And I think Baker Mayfield about to throw for like 364, 382. I think that there's no one over there to play Mike Evans. They can't find someone to play Mike Evans. Matter of fact, they can't. I mean, what they gonna do? I think Baker might have a field day. Baker might have his playoff game right here.
I think listen. I've always been a fan of Baker Mayfield. I like him a lot. So I think he could. I think he'll be fine. My only concern really is long term when it comes to AJ Brown. And the reason why my concern really is with AJ Brown is not just the injury, right? Because that injury he had was a little scary, right? Yeah. But the issue that I'm having was, I'm not sure if you noticed it, but when it comes to the Eagle stuff, he deleted all that stuff off of his Instagram. And then, if I'm not mistaken, I think he did the same thing when he was with the Titans. I think he did the same thing, and like 2 days later, they traded him.
Well, we gotta find a home for him. I thought I was gonna take my glasses off. We gotta find a home for him right quick now.
I mean, well,
we gotta find a home for him.
I mean, your wide receiver's upset. My wide receiver's upset.
Oh, my wide receiver good.
No. I'm talking about what we were just talking about before.
Oh, you talking about before? Yeah. Straight up for them two? That's the same headache, though.
Yes and no. It's the same headache, but being in a new situation might end up helping them. Now, remember, this could also mean nothing.
It could mean nothing.
It could mean nothing. But I will say this 100%, man. Like, it's a little weird, right? And the only reason why I give this a little more credit than anybody else who's done it was because the last time AJ Brown did this stuff was when he was in Tennessee, and like I said, not 2 days later they traded him. They traded him right after. So that's usually right. when a guy does this, sometimes they'll do it, and then they fix their boy or whatever. But I mean, the only place I could think of would be Buffalo. Because again, when you got a guy like AJ Brown, you're not just giving him up for nothing.
No, you're never gonna do that. No.
You see what I'm saying? So let me hear
I wouldn't be surprised if Philly try to get that number 2 pick from Arizona. Hey, you AJ Brown?
Hold on now, because if they do that, then the Cardinals are set up pretty good. And if Marvin Harrison is taken off the board, that other kid, Rome from Washington, that kid is a stud. Yeah. He's a stud himself too. So you can do that. Matter of fact, take AJ Brown. You give us a player and 2 draft picks, a player you were planning on cutting. Any you give us a player just to make the money back. Give us your pick and then a second rounder or something like that. You do that and you go get Rome. Imagine if you're the number 2 and Chicago ends up drafting Caleb Williams, or they say bump it, we'll take Drake May, and you're at the number 2 spot, and you got Marvin Harrison Jr. still there?
Don't put it past them clowns, man. I'm trying to tell you, man.
Yo, you called them clowns. And it was your idea, yo.
It's the glasses, man. It ain't me, man. The glasses. The glasses take me there, man.
That's a good right there. And I'm telling you right now, man.
Hey, that would be crazy. They got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yep.
Man.
Yep. That joint right there will be insane, man. It'll be insane. But I'm assuming you got the Buccaneers, right?
Yeah, I got the Bucks 20-13, man.
20-13.
20-13. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, and you know, and it's kind of funny. It's hilarious just how different the weathers are in the same. Steelers and Bills got postponed because of the weather. You know, if you go to the Chiefs and Dolphins game, you're gonna get a frostbite, right? And then meanwhile, Eagles and Buccaneers, it's like I'm sweating. Like I'm sweating. Like I literally got my AC on overdrive right now, and I'm still sweating like a pig.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Crazy.
What a time to be alive.
I know, right?
What a time.
Matter of fact, they telling us that next week could be in a week of shoot your water pipes busting, so keep your water on throughout the night.
Thank God I'm here. Thank God I'm here. I left right at the nick of time.
Yeah, you did.
Right before we get up out of here, you got any final words?
Final words, man. Just enjoy the playoffs tonight, this evening, tonight. Gonna be great. Another dope show, man. Nip. Just happy to just be a part of the show, man. We're down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the man that I call Unc, it's been your boy Pride. We'll be back here next Saturday. And obviously next Saturday, we will talk about the playoff games that we have next Saturday in terms of those seedings. And we'll also recap some of the games that happened this weekend. And, hey, we'll also talk about why LeBron James is the GOAT. And I already got Unc to agree that he's the GOAT. So,
I never said
we'll be all there. And maybe I'll slander some players. Why not? That's probably, why everyone here tunes in. But on behalf of
we do got to get back to the league for sure. We do got to for real.
Oh, not for sure. Next, matter of fact, I got a good topic for you next week, and I'm gonna put you on to it because it's gonna be this right here is gonna be a banger for me. But I'm gonna let you go, man. It's been a pleasure and an honor. Thank you for being here,
Thank you.
We'll be back here next Saturday to talk more shit about your favorite team. Until then, y'all know what to do. Be safe.
Knew where that was going. That was a great read. Oh, Lillard from the logo. That'll quiet the 2 on the season. 2nd and 1 for the Bills. They handle the rush. Allen looking. End zone.
To Shohei Ohtani. Center field. Let's watch it go. Did several of those inside low kicks.